All right, everybody, welcome back to the Metal Block, your favorite metal podcast. Just sharing the news, talking some music, grooving to some tunes and to brutal tunes, hopefully, out there. We have a great show for you today. But before we get started, go check out the socials, go chat with Brando, shoot him a message. Ask him what's up. Tell him what you're listening to. Give us some ideas and some new stuff to check out. We love hearing new music and hearing what you guys are listening to out there. So include us. And it may be something we want to talk about on the show. You know, there's so much good music out there, and it just more and more comes out all the time. And we can't talk about it all. So go by, say what's up, and give it a like if you want, or don't. We just are glad you're here. So today is another very special episode. We have an interview. Surprise! Bet they couldn't have guessed that. You know, we've been doing this interview thing lately so much, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We love getting to meet new bands, checking out new music, and letting you guys hear some stuff that maybe you hadn't got a chance to hear before, right? Because it's what it's all about. So thanks for joining us. Welcome back. We are here with Graveslave from Minnesota, up north, from the freezing cold. And they're here to just talk about some new stuff that they got going on. And guys, we're happy to hear you. Let's just go around. Roman, Ashton, Josh, why don't you guys say what's up?
What's up? I'm Roman. I'm the guitarist for Graveslave.
Hey, I'm Ashton. I do vocals.
I'm Josh. I'm the bass player.
And we're Graveslave.
Yeah.
Graveslave. So good. Awesome. Roman, I can see only like your left eye.
Yeah. I'm kind of like talking into the mic like this because it's a piece of shit.
That's cool. All right. I mean, if you're good being like that, I'm just I don't know.
No, that's fine. I'm vague and mysterious down here.
It's kind of like a Ninja Turtle, man.
We all know what you're doing down there, bro.
Oh, fuck. That is... Do you know what I'm doing down here?
I know what you're doing down there.
What am I doing down here?
We know. We both know.
I feel like you know exactly what I'm doing down here.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
Guys, we're stoked to have you guys here. We're ready to hear about all you guys are working on and what you got, you know, happening right now in the metal world. We're happy to hear what you know, that we can share with everybody else, because I know some stuff is like always secret in the metal bands these days. There's always secrets going on, and they're always like, well, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that. But we're excited to hear any and everything you want to share with us. And I'm going to turn it over to Brutal Brando and let him get started with some questions. So thanks.
Graveslave, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming on. Would love to start with your journeys into metal. Like, how did you kind of get into metal? Let's start with Ashton.
How did I get into metal? Yeah, I guess like I had some homies in my hometown of Duluth, Minnesota, who were going to like local shows. I was kind of listening to like pop punk and like hard rock at the time, so I was like kind of edgy for like a 14-year-old, you know. And I was like open to heavy shit, and they brought me to a couple local shows, and my mind got exploded by a couple local bands that were doing some really heavy shit, and I was like, this is my thing now. This is like all I want to do and think about for like forever now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah. What kind of bands after that did you what did you start getting into?
You know, like MySpace metalcore kind of shit. You know, that was like really cool at the time, circa like 2004, 5, somewhere around there. Started getting into it.
The golden age.
Oh yeah.
I love taking a pause and just like saying what's up about MySpace every now and then, because I know so many people that MySpace was a big part of their musical journey, not just playing, but listening too. So yeah, MySpace. I'm on the bring it back train, but nobody else seems to be with me, man.
Is it gone? Is it? Could I go to
Oh,
MySpace.com right
Actually,
now?
Justin Timberlake bought that shit and then he changed it up and now it fucking sucks.
Imagine that.
I knew it.
I think it's
Damn.
hilarious that, like, I think it's a conversation on X or something. People are saying, "Oh, I wish you could embed like a song in your Twitter profile or your," and it's
I
like
saw that.
full circle.
That's
Full circle.
hilarious.
And make your custom MySpace skins, like your background and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that stuff was cool, man.
Oh, what the shit, dude.
Top fans badges are basically just like the Facebook equivalent of like being in your MySpace top 10 or something at this point, right? Like it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty soon we'll be wearing Jinkos and bell bottoms again.
I fucking hope so.
Dude, I've been seeing stuff about Jinkos. Like, I think Jinkos are coming back.
Yeah, I've seen kids in Jinkos, and I've seen kids in those baggy ass jeans again. It's happening.
Bro,
Everything's
I'm
from
gonna have to go get my
back.
mammoths and my kangaroos out of the attic.
Please, bro.
I can't believe I ever wore that stuff.
That'll be the move. If those big old chain trip pants come back.
Yes.
I like it. Let's start something.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Let's save
That's
hot
our new
topic.
promo photos for our next releases. We're all wearing Jinkos or trip pants.
Bro. I'm in.
Bring that new metal look back.
Do it.
Yes. All right. So, Josh, tell us how to do. What's your metal origin story, man?
Yeah. I guess probably like late middle school, early high school. I was really listening to a lot of grunge. You know, mostly like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, more so just kind of pop music, I guess, in general. And one day I just kind of stumbled on to Slipknot, and from there, you know, introducing to some of the other bands of that era, the Slipknot, System of a Down, Disturbed, stuff like that. And then from there, kind of like working backwards almost from Slipknot and System of a Down, and I found Lamb of God, and then Slayer, Pantera, Iron Maiden, and I guess for the most part, like 60% of my music taste never left the 80s after that. But, you know, still getting into some of the newer, like death metal, deathcore, that kind of stuff. So it's like, my Spotify is like 40% Iron Maiden, 30% deathcore, and then 20% death metal. And that pretty much sums it up.
All right.
Josh is in like the worldwide like top percentile of listening to Iron Maiden. It's a statistic on his Spotify rap for real.
Right. So I work from home, so it's really easy to just like have Spotify playing in the background all the time. In 1 year, my Spotify rap said I had like 36,000 minutes spent listening to Iron Maiden or something.
Wow. Dude, that's just Iron Maiden.
February, from the moment February starting to the end, the whole month nonstop listening to Iron Maiden.
Hey, you know, I actually listen to Iron Maiden on purpose on my YouTube music in a like regular routine so that it will also come up on my shuffle whenever I'm just at the end of an album and it starts shuffling stuff, because I want Maiden to be a part of my regular shuffle. So
Absolutely.
Maiden is something I'm listening to regularly. Even it like, I mean, I might just be like, oh, I haven't listened to Maiden in a while, and so I gotta like, you know, put on Number of the Beast or something and rock that album out so that, you know, it'll randomly play me Maiden.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Maiden changed my life. You know, Steve Harris playing the bass is and you know, he writes most of the stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe all of it.
Really breaking the mold of all those bass player stereotypes of, oh, it's okay, these strings are 3 years old, I don't need to change them, I'll just boil them real quick, and it'll sound perfectly fine. Like, kind of like, you know, one of the leaders of the band, I would guess. Like you said, he writes a lot of it, like a lot of the music, a lot of the lyrics, so.
Yeah, him and like Lemmy, you know, whenever Lemmy Motorhead, like that's another one of them like bassists in charge. But yeah, a moment for the bassist. Thank you everybody for your time.
I was gonna bring up so bassists have been a hot topic on the past few episodes.
Yeah.
Like in our last one too. I just want to ask Josh, Have these guys given you a hug lately? Because we have a motto around here, and it's hug your bassist.
They make fun of me and they beat me down and they said a single nice thing to me ever, not once.
Well,
That's
you're
right.
tougher
That's
for
right.
it. It helps you grow
I mean, you're not
character.
gonna get good bass fills with any of that shit.
I'll get better at bass with compliments.
You hate yourself to write good. But
Love it, man. That's where all the anger in the songs comes from.
Yeah.
fuck you guys, fuck you guys. Yeah, ready to chug on the strings that thick, you know.
Oh yeah, love it. Awesome, man. So, all right, Roman, what about you? What's your origin story?
I just like always liked like heavier music from when I started like listening to it. Like my mom had like a bunch of like classic rock shit. So I'd listen to like Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses and stuff. And then I went to like a local show, like also like around like 13 or 14 or something like that. And I was like, oh, you could just make like brutal, like gross toilet noises and it's like fucking sick. So we're like pretty quickly from there. Like I started listening to like new metal. Like I was really into Korn and System of a Down and Slipknot for a while. And then once I found out what LimeWire was, you could find like JFAC and Necrophagist and shit. So then I've just been like pretty brutal about the brutal stuff from then.
Right
I
on.
don't like that. Yeah, that's it. I guess like right now I'm like really particularly into like grindcore stuff. Like I've been listening to a lot of like Pig Destroyer and Rotten Sound. But
Bro.
yeah,
Nice.
like pretty much all of it. Like all like anything that sounds like, you know, like just like brutal.
So
I love Prowler in the Yard, by the way.
Yeah, that one is that one, Terrifier and like Bookburner are like a trinity of just like two good grindcore.
Yeah,
It's
no
fucking
kidding.
good.
Wow.
no, I went through a big grindcore phase for pretty good portion of my metal life. I think like so I don't get to tell too many people this. I actually appreciate it, but I was in Richmond, Virginia, visiting my parents, and there was a show that was going down while I was there, and it was Rotten Sound, Maruda, Catheter, and Magruder Grind. And it was in a place that was
Magruder
like,
Grind.
I mean, this was like a little deli-sized place. Like, I was standing like 2 feet away from these guys, ground level, and they were just grinding the fuck out of this place. It was so cool, man.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
just
you
to
love
have
to see
those
shows like
bands
that.
together, like, was just awesome, you know. And then I ended up seeing Magruder Grind 2 or 3 more times that year, and I think Rotten Sound, I saw them there, and then they were doing a U.S. tour, so I actually saw them in Fort Worth, like, after that, so, like, just a month later, so I was like, man, this is badass.
Yeah, I got a chance to see Pig Destroyer like a year or two ago. They actually came here to they went Turf Club in St. Paul and played with Napalm Death actually, and it was super sick.
That would be sweet. They don't, like,
Also, while we're shouting out like bands and stuff, since you guys were talking about like bass players running the band, one of my other favorite bands, Cannibal Corpse. So shout out to Alex Webster because he writes a bunch of the shit and like runs the band pretty much, and it's fucking cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You are right, sir. Thank you for not forgetting about Sir Alex Webster.
Lord Webster. So,
Yeah.
cool, man. Well,
Yeah, I can't think of any other bands to shout out right now. Slayer, I guess, even though they're dead.
there you go.
Low Slayer.
All right, and I heard, did they just announce they're doing like a tour or something? Aren't they?
I
like,
thought at least a festival. I
yeah,
know
they're
that.
doing something in Canada
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, they're doing something.
Well, somebody
Anyway,
will
I
see
would
it.
love to find out how you guys each got into playing, not just listening and stuff, but like, you know, tell us about your inspirations and like becoming a vocalist and doing metal vocals. Ashton, tell us about that.
Well, just getting into music in general, I guess. I really didn't even like, wasn't all that interested in like the arts or music or anything when I was a kid, but my dad had this rule. He's like, you gotta have at least straight B's in school. You gotta have one physical activity, one kind of like sport or something going on, and then you need to pick one instrument to play. So I actually started out playing like the clarinet, and I was like, Dad, like this fucking sucks. Like I hate playing this. Like I want to play something cool. Get me a guitar. So I ended up learning how to play guitar, which I really liked doing, but like I really wanted to progress at guitar. Always had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to progress at guitar to do vocals so I could like sing and play guitar at the same time. And then like, yeah, like as I got older, I started getting into heavier music. I had those like transition bands that did like some screaming, some singing. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Like I can kind of dig on this as long as it's not all screaming. And then like, I don't know, there's like a turning point where, you know, those MySpace metalcore bands started becoming cool. I started listening to like As I Lay Dying and like Unearth and shit. And I was like, I want to do some like harsh vocals. And I'm sure like I ruined sleep for my parents for like years learning how to like growl in our basement. Like my poor fucking parents having to put up with that shit. But yeah, I just kind of got there over time, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to ask, are you able to play guitar and do vocals at the same time now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
I lived out in Seattle from like 2012 to like 2016. I was doing like pretty much singer-songwriter shit out there for like forever, just playing acoustic, which fucking was like okay. But I've also like played guitar and done vocals in a few other like heavy bands and stuff. But like I can shred, but vocals is like my shit. Like if I wouldn't play just guitar in a band or anything. Like I love vocals, you know.
Right on. That's impressive, dude. I can bear like my daughter will come in while I'm trying to play guitar and she'll be asking me a question and I'm just like, I can't think. I can't play guitar and talk to you. I can't even listen to you right now. So like I'm impressed. Like I'm always blown away by people that can do that. Like watching videos of necrophagists, right? Like to shred like that and do vocals at the same time. I'm just like, that part alone just is, I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Watching necrophagists is a fucking mind fuck, dude. That's like
that's
impossible.
That's an extreme example.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like what, and like they do that in revocation too and stuff. So like, I mean, there's a lot of guys that do it, and I'm always super impressed by that. Just watching sometimes just how fast guys are moving on their instruments and then still keeping a different rhythm with their voice, and it's just like, wow, I can't do that, not at all. So I can barely keep one rhythm. So you know, it's impressive.
It's pretty cool.
But very cool, man.
Levels of compartmentalization, like doing one vocal thing and then doing something else with the guitars. It's
What about like drummers that can sing? You ever see drummers that are doing vocals and shit? That makes my head want to explode, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I would probably, I mean, I'd probably go nuts, like just literally in my sleep, probably just losing my mind and stuff. Just go on. Who knows what you unlock inside your brain when you can do stuff like that?
Develop schizophrenia.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe there's two people doing it. That's how they get it done.
Yeah. All my personalities.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right. So Josh, how'd you get into bass, man? Have you always played bass? Are you a guitar player turned bass player? What's your story?
Yeah, I've always played bass. My story is honestly kind of boring. It's just back in high school, I had some friends that were forming a black metal band, and guitars, drums, vocals were all taken, and I wanted to be part of it, so I said, I'll play the bass. Like, I never picked up a guitar, bass, anything at that point, and went out to Guitar Center, bought like a, starter bass guitar, and taught myself to play by learning Angel of Death, Master of Puppets, and Holy Wars.
Nice. All right.
Man, you are speaking into all of my like thrash love, like metal. Like, I mean, I'm loving like these songs and your Maiden references, and you actually have a similar bass story to me. I started out playing in a church band, and my grandparents bought me the bass, and well, that was in like 8th grade, maybe, I want to say, and then maybe it was 8th, 9th grade-ish. Well, then I met Brandon in 10th grade, and I was already kind of starting to listen to all that metal and stuff, but Brandon played guitar and a buddy of ours, Matt, played drums. And well, I wanted to jam with them, you know? And so I was like, I think Brandon was even like, well, do you want to come play bass? Do you want to come play bass? And I was like, yes. And so, you know, I already had the bass, but it was very similar to me just kind of sliding into, you know, my buddies and them already having things laid out, and it just fit, you know, for me to come in. So very similar stories, and yeah, Holy Wars, man, it's a good one.
Yeah, that's a shredder for sure. I still use that to warm up from time to time, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I've never really been like a front and center kind of person, so playing bass, I guess, just kind of felt like a natural fit, you know, being able to kind of operate in the background and still have little moments every now and then where I can do some fun little tappy taps or something, and then go back to like hiding next to the drum kit.
It's kind of like I mean, we already talked about how they abuse you, so it's like, you know, are you traumatized, you know, just like kind of like an abused dog running to the back of the drums. Man, poor Josh. You guys need to be nicer to Josh.
I don't know. I don't think we do.
Hey, you see? There it is,
Yeah,
right there.
Man.
It's just like we could, but I don't know if that's the right decision to make for the band.
Yeah, like if it's not broke, you know.
Yeah.
At this point, it's been however many years, like, it's too late to course correct now.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Yeah, you
right.
can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
What's that syndrome where you like side with your captors or whatever?
Stockholm
syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah. Unrelated.
It's like, yeah,
No.
it's like, all right,
Has
he's not
has
kidnapped.
no
That's-
relation
That's
here.
not the next room over. Nice. All right. Roman, how'd you get into guitar, man?
My granddad played guitar, and I always thought that was cool when I was like a little kid. And then when I was like 14, I think, I was like, I really want a guitar for my birthday, and I got one, and then I've just been playing guitar since then. It's been like my like life and a part of my identity. I just play guitar. I started out I learned like every System of a Down song and every like Offspring song, I think, when I started. Because like Offspring was like one of my favorite bands, but they're just like good for like learning power chords and learning like riffs and shit. So I got really into that. And then once, like I was saying earlier, when I discovered like, you know, like internet metal and could like find the extremist shit that I could find, I started learning like more thrashier shit, kind of like Josh. I learned all of Rain and Blood, like the album, and then I learned all of Ashes of the Wake, the album, and then I just started learning like more shit from there. And but then once I started like jamming with other musicians and like writing my own songs, like that's like all I know how to play of other people's shit. Like I just write shit now.
Cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, I need to learn how to play some other people's stuff. Like I don't know why I don't have the patience for it.
It's cool to know, like, you learn a lot of new shit. Like, I'm trying to, like, get back into it instead of just, like, doodling around all the time. But but yeah, it's cool. You learn some new tricks.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it is the like new techniques that you encounter whenever you're trying to do something that somebody else has already done. And you know, it's always kind of funny, you know, you might not ever sound just like them because you've got your own style, you've got your own sound. I saw John Petrucci one time, an article, and he was talking about playing out of like a new EVH amp, and he was like, you know, he goes, I thought I'd sound kind of like Eddie Van Halen. He said, but I sounded instead like John Petrucci. So, you know, it's like you're gonna sound like yourself, and you have a different style. You pick different. You fret the, you know, strings differently, and that's part of why, you know, the music that we make is so cool too, is because everybody's just got such a unique sound. But learning those new techniques by playing somebody else's stuff and just having it in like your little toolkit here, and you can just break it out every now and then and blow people's minds or melt their faces or whatever it is you're doing, man. That's what makes it awesome and metal.
Absolutely, the
And,
bag of tricks.
yes.
Hey, so speaking of unique sounds, you guys put out an EP last year, right? Apple Music says it came out in June. Is that correct? Or
Um,
I don't remember.
not, I think we dropped it in May.
okay,
Yeah.
well, it's called Relinquish Life. 5 songs,
Yes.
right?
On.
Yes,
Five
five
songs.
songs. And man, I just wanted to bring that up because it's crushingly killer. Like, wonderful job. It's really cool. Been listening to it a lot lately, and like, just wanted to check it out. Get ready to talk to you guys, and dude, it's badass. So it's funny
Yeah.
because I can hear y'all's all the influences that you guys have mentioned so far. Like, I can hear that in your EP. I was actually talking to Zoomy earlier today about how I hear a little bit of like grindcore tone, like in there, in like the guitar tone and stuff. And there's some spots that stood out to me where Josh, you and Roman, like the bass and the guitar coming together, it just has this like grindcore feel to it. There's like some, black metal kind of like riffage in there too. And like, dude, the vocals are so fierce and awesome. Like, I can hear you guys as like the influence you talked about in that. So I'm just curious, like, did you guys have a specific sound you were going for with this EP? Like,
Like yes and no. Like everybody had like specific ideas that they wanted to bring to the table as far as like how they wanted it to sound. So everybody like kind of had like their like input on like this should sound like this and this should sound like that. And that's like the culmination of all of our like efforts for like, like kind of like what we're trying to hear. I guess
awesome.
I mean at least like production wise or aesthetic wise, right?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a heavy thrash influence in there too. So like, just going back to what I said, I can hear it all. So it's cool hearing you guys talk about your influences and how you got into it, and then like recognizing that in the
Yeah.
sound that you guys are making. Like, and it all blends super well together. So like,
Yeah. Well,
you
definitely
guys,
like for this one too, like this has been like our most collaborative record, like writing wise, I would say too. Like everybody really got to like put in their own stuff. There's the three of us, and then of course like we have a drummer, Ben, and then we have another guitarist, Fernando. And Fernando's been in the band for like a few years, and this like in particular I think was like his first chance to like really contribute to writing and stuff as well. And all of us just like being more like comfortable like just writing with each other as like a unit instead of like writing separately and sending it to each other and stuff. So I feel like you definitely can hear a little more about how like everybody kind of put their own like stuff in the pot.
awesome. So you guys is everyone in the band, like even the two members that are here, like, are you guys all in Minneapolis?
uh yeah, currently we are all in Minneapolis right now. Yeah.
Cool. So you guys practice in person and stuff, or?
If we're getting ready to like go out on the road or just for like any kind of big shows, we're like rehearsing like more consistently when we still like get around now to touch base and like work on like new song ideas. We've been like doing it a little more often because we're like almost done like with some new recording.
Awesome. And I think I saw that you guys are gonna be in Slam Dakota. Is that right?
Yes,
Oh,
we
we
are.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, it's been
Awesome.
like
And
a year or two. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
yeah, I think I saw the post and it said so you guys have played Slam Dakota before?
Yeah,
Oh,
once before.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Once, that's right. Yeah, once before.
I was like,
Mhm.
I
cool.
don't remember how many
2 or
years
3
ago,
years
like
ago,
2 or
I
3
think.
years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Sweet.
cool.
How was that?
it was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was like a good crowd. It was like a really cool stage. It's fun. Like
Yeah, Slam
like cool to
Dakota's
get
rad.
there. A couple of the people that like work on like the bookings and stuff, they're like friends of ours. It's always good to see them. It's just like a good time all around.
I think the year that we played too was like right after everything happened with COVID. So it was like one of the first opportunities to like have a bigger festival like that, and it it really felt nice because it felt like it was life kind of shifting back to what it used to be, you know, kind of getting back to what was normal, which felt really great.
Yeah. Being outside. Now that I think about it, even like, yeah, because like, wasn't one of those shows like outside? Are you sure we didn't play it twice?
Oh, we totally did. You're right. We played
That's right.
outside one year.
One was outside and one was inside. That's right. So we played it 2
You're
times.
right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
I
right.
fucking knew it.
All
Don't
right.
listen to me, dog.
So when is this year's Slam Dakota?
Is in
July 11th and 12th. We're playing the 11th.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's my birthday. That's
Happy
my birthday.
Brandon.
Yeah, that's cool. So
Happy future birthday, buddy.
yeah, thanks. Give me a shout out during your set.
will.
All right.
wait. Yeah, dude, you got to do like a big guttural. This one for Brando.
I will.
Awesome. So do you guys have anything else booked right now? Any other like cool fests, or do you have like a little tour that's going to be coming up?
Right now we're kind of just like figuring out like what we're gonna do about that for like the summer or fall, because like we're still kind of like finishing up recording right now as well.
Yeah.
So we're waiting to see like what we can do with that once it's done.
Yeah, we've had our
Okay.
nose to the grindstone for a while here, so we're gonna be putting some shit together for a tour and like some couple day gigs here and there for sure. But yeah, we got to finish this fucking EP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beyond
right.
like little smaller runs, it'll just be like we're getting some new music done.
All right. So you said it's an E EP?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. It's like we had originally released like this EP and the one that we're finishing recording, Relinquish Life, they're all from the same batch of like songwriting kind of. And we had decided to like split them like in half. So we released that one, then we're gonna release this one, which is like a continuation.
That's cool. I like it. You get a little bit more out, a little more frequently, right? Like,
Yeah.
So keeps you relevant. I like it. It's a good plan.
I'm starting to
we're
see that
excited.
happen more often now.
Yeah, definitely.
This isn't the first time we've heard, you know, bands that have been like, you know, we just wrote a whole bunch of songs and then we released these and then we wanted to release these other ones later. It's kind of, you know, like a follow-up to the first batch, basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neat. Like, I admire it. I feel like it's really impressive because I'm like, man, I struggle to write like a song or even figure out, you know, like the arrangements for what I'm trying to do. You know, so many times I have ideas, but I really don't know in my head what the finished product is going to sound. And I know like we all don't, but I feel like some people are more equipped to like steer the ship in the right direction, you know, through that process. And
like a whole concept. Of the whole
yeah,
thing.
exactly, and stay on track, kind of just like a conversation, you know, like making sure that, you know, what you're continuing to say is still relevant or applies to what, you know, the thought you started with. Anyway, like here I am kind of rambling about it, but you know, just wanted to note that, I guess.
What helps to have some of the band that's can keep an eye on like what's the big picture outlook of the album, and then you have some of the band that's focused on the smaller, minute details, and it really just helps keep all of the bases covered.
I see what you did there. Bases. I see it.
10. Excellent.
So are you guys working in a studio or are you guys doing this yourselves?
This next one I think will be a little bit of both. Ben the drummer's been doing this really cool thing lately where he's been like kind of just rigging out the whole our actual rehearsal space like with like his own microphone setup, so he can just be recording like the drums like himself. So like we're gonna like, and that's how we did the last one. Like we just like primarily recorded it ourselves. And I think this next one we'll be doing like some of that, and then we'll be like mixing with somebody new as well, like mixing and mastering and getting like maybe some reamps done and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna sound crunchy. It's gonna sound heavy.
Crunchy.
So it's
Crunchy.
all about getting some good DIs then, right?
Probably, hopefully, if
making
that's
sure
the
you get
plan.
some good directs, and then they
Nice
can
and
just
clean.
studio magic it up.
Crispy
Fucking
cream,
hopefully.
crispy cleans. We'll just quantize everything from quarter speed and like squash it into a pulp.
Yeah, dude. Studio words.
We don't actually do that.
Studio words.
I don't know what the fuck that shit means, dude.
Hey, I was making a joke about playing fake guitar, but we don't do that.
Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate it. It's always
Absolutely.
good to put that
Just
out
so
there.
everybody knows.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nah.
So, all right. So I wanted to also ask, what kind of gear do you guys run? Like, what's your favorite guitars, microphones, basses? You got favorite cabs and amp heads, stuff like that. I mean, and feel free to just whoever wants to start off. I'd love to hear what you guys are using and how you kind
I
of
know my rig
got your
because
sound.
I'm a creature of habit for sure. So I have almost always in different variations played a Marshall like half stack cab and an Ibanez guitar in some variation. And I went through a couple of like different amp heads like tube and solid state. And right now I'm just using I'm actually using an Axfex 2 with the power amp, and I love it. And so that's been my rig for like the last like several things we've done, I think. And I have a wah pedal too, a Bad Horsey, and that's it.
Nice.
Is it the Bad Horsey too?
It is the 2.
Oh,
Punctually.
I like the 2. I use that one for my bass anytime I want to
Fuck
get
yeah.
some sounds. You know, I like that one. I like it how it kicks back too, and it just
Yeah, no,
ready for the
that's
next
why I
one.
use the Bad Horsey ones like exclusively almost because like I really don't like that click on, click off shit for the wah pedal.
Exactly, man. I like
Yeah.
the push on. You let off,
Uh-huh.
it goes off. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Josh?
I guess my gear, that's I've had the same Ibanez bass for I guess all of our releases at this point. And then
Yeah,
I've got
every single one.
PV cab, an acoustic amp, and then I've just got a little compressor pedal. But other than that, I'm pretty bare bones, I guess.
Are you using a sound gear? Like an Ibanez sound gear?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. When did you get it?
Oh God.
So here's kind of why I ask. The sound gear that I have, and it's actually my favorite bass. I only have 2 basses, so I'm not trying to pretend like I got the walls aligned with them. But
Yeah.
one of them's a fretless and one of them's fretted. But I find myself playing the Ibanez more often, the one with the frets. Not only because it's fretted and it's easier, but I really just love the bass. I played it for so many years, but I bought it back in like 2000, 2001, maybe sometime around then. And I know it's kind of the old man in me saying they don't make them quite like they used to, but I pick up the sound gears now and I'm like, I wouldn't buy this, you know? But I love mine. So do you feel the same way about yours? Like you love yours, but the newer ones maybe aren't as great?
Yeah, I've had this sound gear for at least 10, 15 years probably. Before that, I was playing a Jackson. So my Jackson's a 4-string. It's the David Ellison signature model. So, hey, look at that. There's more thrash metal. But when we started, I was in another band that was kind of, at that point, was kind of dissolving when I joined Graveslave. And that's when I was really looking into utilizing that 5-string a lot more. And since getting that Ibanez, I really haven't looked back. I pretty much exclusively play the 5-string now. Not that there's anything wrong with the Jackson. I just, it's what I'm used to and has been the primary instrument for all of these years.
Josh, is that the
just
same
like-
bass you
I'm a
played?
creature of habit. Like it takes a while for me to want to upgrade gear or anything. There's just as much a familiarity to it. It just feels comfortable playing it, and It's gone with us on all of the tours, and I'll probably play that until it is unplayable, and then reluctantly buy something new, and probably complain about how it's not my sound here.
I was gonna say that won't be as good. We know it.
Ashton, what about you?
Yeah, I like don't know shit about gear. At home is where I do my vocal recording. I've got that big fucking honking Shure microphone that like everybody in the world has, the SMB7 something.
Yeah.
I use like a cloud lifter, which really, I don't know what it does or why it does, but it really like ups the tone. I think it makes it sound like a lot better. I record on GarageBand because I'm adult and my brain is smooth. For live stuff, I've got like some kind of Sennheiser. It's real bright. I like it. It was a couple $100. I think it's probably good.
Oh yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
no, I got nothing to contribute.
No, sure you do. That's great, man.
It's loud. It's good enough.
It's
That's
loud,
all.
voice big.
Hey, me go.
Do you guys use any kind of in-ears? Do you guys use any kind of in-ears or anything like that?
Yes, we do.
That's point of contention for us, for sure. Some of us really like it. Some of us really hate it.
Well, let's see who hates it.
Oh,
yeah.
I
You?
hate it. Yeah. I hate having to lug the stupid giant box around, and it has like 700 chords, and we already have like 700 chords on top of that.
We have a chant in the band now where we go, more cables, more cables.
It's more cables.
Nice.
But
That's a
We
great-
know you guys some more cables.
We do. We have like a whole outboard mixer now, and we all have like a connected like in-ear system, and it's been really cool for live tours. Even though it is like way more setup, but everybody sounds like way more, like laser focused. It's cool.
I'm talking shit, but we do sound a lot tighter using it. It is good overall.
Because you can actually like hear everything.
Yeah.
Is it pretty clear? I mean, I've never used them.
I think it varies because everybody bought different headsets. So I know like Ben and Fernando and Josh, like they all like kind of mix theirs in like super nice. I just really use mine for the click, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's really just like only so much like tone you can get out of an earbud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like metal is about like the heavy ass sound. Like I don't know. It's tough for me to use because I feel like it's tougher to like get into your set. A lot of the time I just like pull that shit out of my ears, but I probably need them a little less than everybody, honestly.
I feel like a vocalist is like the only guy in the band that can like maybe get away with not using them.
Lucky
But
me.
like yeah.
I'll
And
certainly
you can just
stand.
improvise. Go
I
for
mean,
it.
you still should be, but I'm just saying, like, if anybody could.
Yeah.
I like having the in-ears personally. I really like being able to control exactly what I hear on stage and never have to worry about like moving around and trying to find that sweet spot where I'm like close enough to this PA where I can hear the vocals and close enough to this PA where I get a good mix of the guitar. It's like everything I want to hear is in my ears the entire time, and I can move around a bit more. Plus, like Roman said, having the click in there too, it really just helps to like keep everything
That's the
on
fucking
track and as
best
tight
right
as
there.
possible.
Yeah.
Let's,
Like, I was on Team Ashton, like, no in-ears, like, the first few, like, nights of tour that we brought it out with us. But, like, once I, like, mixed everything else out, like, so now I just, like, hear the click and, everybody else live, like, like I'm not using them, and then it's fine. So, happy medium. Now I love it.
all right, Ashton, I gotta ask, dude. You don't like the in-ears, but are you always like, hey, I need more vocals in the monitor?
Well, that's exactly when they come in handy. Is like maybe sound guy.
That's their job. It's almost like the in-ears are there solving that problem.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't trying to stir the pot here, fellas. This is just asking the question, all right?
No, do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
that's
not
cool.
every sound guy in the world is worth their weight in gold. All due respect, and that is when the
That's-
in-ears come in handy.
Yeah, that's true, right? It's like there's that human element to it, right? Maybe they listen to music a little too loud without some earplugs, and they were like they can't hear you either. They're like,
Sure.
And live sound, like mixing that is a total different animal than like doing your studio mixing and everything. Like having to be ready for different changes or things like maybe go wrong, things don't sound right, having to like adjust on the fly. Oh, well, for whatever reason, now the musician's playing softer on this song, so I need to like bump them up a little bit so that, you know, they're being heard, you know, with the rest of the band still. And so it's like the human element, like, makes you always have to be like doing this kind of stuff because the sound guy's out there. He should be at least trying to make the musicians sound like the best he can make them sound. Like, that should be his job. He should be, you know, trying really hard to make that happen. And I mean, the same thing with the guy who's sitting in the studio, but he isn't having to dial in like on the fly as often. You know, he's like
Totally.
he's got a recording, so it's the same way each time. And you know, yeah, there's a human element in it, but it's predictable in that environment. So anyway, just gonna illustrate, you know, that that sound guy, you're right, man. A good one is important, and he should be like working his butt off to make you guys sound the best he can sound. You know, that y'all can sound.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna get. Some guys are fucking wizards. Like some guys, I'm just so amazed at how good they can make a shitty band sound great. You know,
sometimes it comes down to the equipment at the venue too. You know, like
totally.
I mean, so I guess there's too many variables to really measure it.
You guys,
accurately.
you know, like Pantera, like Dimebag, and even Zach Wild now with Pantera, his sound guys, he's got a sound guy back there doing his whammies and stuff like that. And he's got to be ready, and he's got to know when to you know, that that whammy. And it was the same guitar tech that Dime had, is the same guy who's like helping out with Zach. It may not be Zach's guitar tech, but he's helping out with the overall sound of the band, and you know, like making sure that they're doing some of that same stuff, you know, and that's more of that live sound and being like ready for that change. And when you like have to turn that dial or push that button, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like something I didn't really like knew went on when I like first started getting into bands, like especially for bigger live shows. I always remember Mastodon, like their sound tech. It was like their sound tech I like looked up later, but he would still come out and he would play like the keyboard parts or Crack the Sky. So he was like kind of performing a little bit, but mostly just doing their sound.
Yeah. And especially the more digital we get, right? You know,
Yeah.
the further and further away we get from just the, you know, people up on stage and, you know, to this world where we've got, you know, all this technology that helps us sound better and helps us hear each other better. Yeah. Brando.
I think
I
you-
can't hear
He's muted.
Sure am.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Welcome back, dude.
Welcome back.
I'm adult, smooth brain also, Ashton.
Hey, we're all in metal bands.
So, I just thought of this yesterday just because I found a guitar pick in a parking lot when I went to lunch, and I was like, "Damn, this thing's thick as shit." Like, but it was a James Hetfield pick, like one of his White Fang ones or whatever, you know. And I was like, "Man, how thick is this?" So I started looking at it. It looked brand new, like out of a bag, you know, like the type you could purchase. Not, I don't think it was one that he played with, right? Like you can go to Guitar Center and buy a pack of James Hetfield picks. Anyway, it was like a 1 point something on there. Right? Like it was thick. So everything I usually play with like a 1.7 or a one, or not 1 point, but like a 0.78 or something. So I was wondering, what's your pickness? And then Josh, do you play with a pick or do you finger it?
See, this is where I probably lose. I probably lose all of the base goodwill I've built up to this point.
Yeah.
I do play with a pick. I go with the Tortec Sharp, and I go 0.73 millimeter. That's my
Okay.
preferred
Um,
ratio or Did you say pickness? Pick thick.
Yeah, I don't know. The term just kind of came to my mind like earlier.
I
I was
like
like,
it.
the
I like
thickness
it.
of the pick, the pickness.
I knew exactly what you meant. That's fucking hilarious. Tortex is the ones with the turtles on them, right? 'Cause that's what I use too.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I use the 0.5s or the 0.6. I like them kind of floppy.
Is that the yellow?
The 0.5 is the red and the 0.6 is the orange.
Okay. I use the Tortex too. I'm using the green one. I think it's like 0.7 though.
Yeah, I've used those before too. I just like as I've like I used to like the really heavy ones. Like I used to use like those fucking little jazz threes. And but just like the longer I've played, the more I like just like thinner picks, I guess. Thinner thickness.
I kind of did the same thing too. I started out with the thicker picks, and the longer we played, it's gradually gotten a little bit thinner. And I think that's coming with an increase in like the technicality of the music. It's nice to have a thinner pick to really like maneuver the strings. Gives you a little more finesse.
Yeah. Ashton, I know you play guitar too. What's your preferred pickness?
I just pulled one out because I wasn't sure. It's 88 millimeters. Is that thick?
It is.
I use these little green fuckers. The Dunlops, 88 millimeters. I like thick picks. I don't like any give, and I like sharpen the shit out of them on my carpet. I like a real.
Oh yeah, I do that. Do you guys take a knife and like cut little grips like into the top too?
No, but you're putting me in
where
the
your thumb
game.
is? I used to do that. I haven't done that in a long time, but I need to because I keep dropping my pick or it rotates when I'm playing. You know, I used to take my utility knife from work and just cut like a little tic-tac-toe thing. Just kind of score it on both sides so that kind of like create a little thing, like a little grip.
There used to be picks you could, I don't know if I have them anymore, but like for a while when I was first playing, there were picks you could get that already had like the little grippy texture at the top, just came pre-made. But
yeah, I bet you can still get those.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been pick shopping in a while. I found a whole bunch of picks in an old guitar case that from when I was like 16. I was like, cool, I could save like $7.
Yeah, dude. In this economy,
Yeah, I was like, well, it's gonna last me forever.
it's like every time you lose a pick, it secretly just like teleports to that one guitar case that you never think to check, and then all those years later, it's just like boom. That's how you break even.
You're like,
Yes.
look at all of these picks. I can't just throw them away, you know, like.
Well, you start thinking about like, that one's too dull. That one's too dull.
You ever got one and you're like, ooh, somebody lost a good one.
Ashton, I like that. So you rub it on the carpet like a bunch of times. Get it? Yeah, I've done that too. It starts when it's getting old and it starts getting a little too rounded. You know, you can sharpen that bad boy right back up.
yeah, you can kind of squeeze a little more life out of it that way, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's like rolling up a toothpaste tube, man.
Yeah,
Get all the life out of it you can. You know.
absolutely.
Is that the version of boiling the bass strings? Is styling down your guitar pick to squeeze out those last couple gigs?
Yes,
kinda.
exactly. Exactly, man. So then we don't have to get up and go figure out which guitar case all the other ones are in. You know, you just not this.
Yeah, the old have too many instruments problem, right? I've told this joke before, but I say it every now and then, and it's the whole like, you know, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, teach him to fish, and he'll never go hungry, or whatever that is, that saying. Well, it's steal a man's wallet, and he'll go hungry for a week. Teach him to play music and buy instruments, and he'll be poor forever.
That is absolutely right.
So, stupid
yeah.
dad jokes with a musical twist.
There you go. There you have it. You've been zoomified.
You want me to do some questions, Brando?
And just to say, I have one more question for each of you guys, real quick. And we'll start. Ashton, I would just like to know: is there a current actively in an active band? Like, do you have a favorite vocalist right now?
I don't really. I don't know. I mean, I like all like the heavy hitter deathcore dudes that are like going right now. Fucking Lorna Shore dude, Slaughter to Prevail dude are fucking sick as hell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anybody in particular that I really like. I don't know, look to or try to sound like. I just think about weird tones or like I work in my car and a lot of hours of being by myself in my car making like weird noises and freaking people out at stoplights and stuff.
Yes,
Tweaking tongue and mouth shapes and stuff,
I like it. I wish I had the confidence to do that. Like, just actually project it. I just sit there and I do that whisper where I'm like, oh, I could do vocals. But
You could, bro.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
Well, cool, man. All right. So Josh, do you have is there an active like bassist out there right now? You just love what they're doing?
I guess I would have to agree with Ashton. I guess I can't think of any one in particular. It's just kind of digging all the crazy new deathcore bands that are coming out mostly, just constantly digging through Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, finding the weirdest, obscurest stuff I can find and giving that a jam. I guess when I start feeling really good about myself, I'll watch like Rush videos and then watch Geddy Lee play and I'd be like, oh, that's right, I suck. Gotta shrink my britches back down a little bit.
Hey,
All
you
right.
have to be careful watching too good of people. Like, I agree with you, because I do the same thing. I'm like, well, why even bother? I mean, look at this guy. Why don't they just get him to play?
Some of those videos of like 8-year-olds just shredding the shit out of stuff. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm selling my guitar.
I want to break their camera. I just want to break their camera so they can't make videos anymore.
Yeah.
You can. What are they going to do? They're kids.
Right.
you go.
It's the old, it's like the new way of stealing. It's like taking candy from a baby. It's like breaking a camera
For a baby.
Break
from a baby.
Break kids' eyes.
Yeah, the Kitty GoPro.
There you go. Roman,
Yeah.
you got a favorite guitar player right now? Favorite guitarist out there?
I guess, yeah, like I have like a bunch of like, just like standby favorites, but if you're meaning like just like right now in like the modern realm, I really like the Archspire dudes, like both of them. They're just like shredding a million miles an hour. It's sick as fuck.
Yeah, they're wild. I saw them last year. When they toured with the hell was that tour called? But it was them in Aborted and Carcosa, Alluvial. That shit was killer. They're wild live, man. It's crazy. Like, they really do it. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it is sick. We actually we got to open for them when they were touring on their Relentless Mutation thing on that album cycle when they came through their Minneapolis stop, and it was like head exploding cool. Like they were just like they really did the whole thing. It was fucking
Hell
sick.
yeah.
I bet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for answering my questions. And I know Zoomy has a couple for you. So take it away, Zoomy.
I'm allowed to ask my questions now, guys. So
Raise your hand. It's not your turn to talk.
I was about to raise my hand. You beat me, man. That's too funny. So what I do is we're gonna go around. I'm gonna ask the same 5 questions. They're easy, quick questions.
5 tonight. All right.
Yeah, they're easy though, man. They're easy. And
They're not multiple choice. It's short answer and essay.
yeah, I will accept essay as long as your sentences are answered in a complete sentence. And no, it's just real quick and easy, kind of non-music related, just so people out there can kind of get to know you guys a little bit better, and it's fun. So who wants to go first? Same questions.
Ashton goes first.
I'll go first. Sure.
Well, Ashton go first. I'll let it.
Ashton, so would you rather have an ice cream party or a pizza party?
Do I get to pick the toppings on the pizza and the flavor of the ice cream?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I very slightly would lean pizza, I think.
All right, what kind of pizza we getting?
White sauce, probably just like a mess of veggies and beef.
All right.
Yeah.
So down, went with the white sauce too.
White sauce. I won't eat red sauce pizza. I can't do it.
Man,
Yeah,
hear it out there, everybody.
Can't do it.
can't do it. Heartburn, dog. Heartburn. Yeah.
There's
Ask
a
him-
new way.
It's chips with his burger instead of fries.
Oh, bro.
Okay.
Building down serve chips instead of fries.
All right, let's stay on this food
Don't
thing.
fight
Just
Hey,
oh,
hey.
oh, like let's stay on the food thing real quick. So, name a food from up north that we wouldn't have heard about down here.
Y'all got Juicy Lucy's down there?
I've never heard
Ludicrous.
of
What the
Juicy
hell is
Lucy.
Sounds interesting. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
I want to know.
It's. I think they were invented in
Oh,
Minnesota. I might be speaking out of turn. I'm pretty sure they were invented in Minnesota. But you take like a burger patty. It's a cheeseburger. But you take like a mess of cheese. You put it in the center of the patty. You cook it that way, so it all like explodes out as you eat it, and it's a
Okay.
total
Yeah, we.
out of your mouth.
Nice. Yeah,
Great.
not familiar with that.
That's really cool. Now that you say that, there was I'm in the OKC area, and there's a restaurant up in the city, or in the downtown area is what I mean by the city, and I think they make those. And now I'm remembering that word, Juicy Lucy. Now that you described it, so that's cool. Cheeseburger, man. Who doesn't love a good cheeseburger? All right, what's your favorite crayon color?
Blue.
Blue, old school, man. Just like primary colors: blue, red, yellow.
I only know primary color.
Hey, just so you guys know, whenever it's your turn, you have the entire the 96 Crayola box, okay? The one that came with 96 and the pencil sharpener in it. You know, it's like a crayon
Wow.
sharpener.
Wait,
you guys,
I'm
you
on
guys.
Google.
Well,
Up on
no,
Google, I don't know what
over
the
here.
colors are.
Wait, what'd you say, Roman? Tell me again.
I was just saying, Ashton, you could have picked like any of the cool blues. You didn't have to just pick blue.
Hey,
You know, blue.
I think it's great.
Me too, Ashton.
Yeah.
Me too.
There's nothing wrong with the regular blue. All right, what is
There is. I was just
what-
saying.
what's the coolest gift anybody or thing or whatever anybody's ever given you?
Weed.
Nice.
Yeah, who doesn't love that? You know what we say at my job, we say, you know what we say about doing drugs at work? You're not allowed unless you bring enough for everybody.
My man.
Yeah, so okay, last question. This one's for the ladies. Boxers or briefs?
Oh, boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs.
Of course.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with
You want to be able to breathe a little bit, but also like, I like the security, like being held up a little, but not like too much.
I like it. It's the support that matters, you know?
Yeah.
And that way, when you forget your weed in the car and you have to run to it, you're not bruising your balls. You know?
Yeah. Totally. Absolutely. You want them flapping everywhere.
All right, let's just do
not at all.
Let's do this real quick. All right, so Josh. We're going backwards, man. Boxers or briefs?
I side with Ashton. Go boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs.
You gotta
All
have,
right.
have the support.
Yes.
Support and the breathe. That's funny.
Yeah.
Coolest gift.
Coolest gift. Coolest gift. One of the coolest ones is my girlfriend bought me a signed hockey puck. So I'm from Washington originally, and their hockey team, the Seattle Kraken, it was their inaugural season 4 years ago, and she bought me a signed hockey puck by my favorite player from that inaugural season. So that probably has to be pretty high up there.
So wait a minute. Do you know who Do you know who Gordon Bombay is?
Gordon Bombay.
Well, wait a minute. How old are you?
30. Oh, I got to do math. Counting after I turned 21, because it's like, who gives a shit anymore? Like, now it's like 34.
All right, so Gordon Bombay doesn't ring a bell, though?
Not quite, no.
All right, Brando.
Either Roman, Ashton, you guys know who Gordon Bombay is?
I don't know shit about.
Okay,
Sports,
I'll give you a hint. Flying V.
Flying V.
No,
Like Doc
okay.
Nick-
I think we might be too
Yeah.
old for this.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
we're too old, man.
It's the coach of the Mighty Ducks.
coach of the Mighty Ducks, man.
Oh, weird. No, I don't know
Coach
because
Gordon
I fucking
Bombay.
hate Mighty.
I don't think I've...
Well, not the real
I warned you,
team.
Zoomy. I warned
I'm
you.
not
the
talking
movie one,
about the
right?
real team. The movie? Oh man.
Yeah,
Woo.
the Disney
We got-
movie, right?
Josh, we got to move on. We got to move on to favorite crayon color, man.
Sorry. I got sorry for
It's some primary bitch ass color either.
Yeah, you better pick something cool, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
pick
gonna-
something cool. Josh.
forest green or navy blue, or if it's a particularly sunny day, I go aquamarine.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I didn't even Google that neither. I just knew that.
Boom. See that was just up here. That was just up here.
Oh,
Hey,
up here.
not just a hat rack. Not just a hat rack. All right, so
My favorite color's melted skin orange. So
Concealed blood red.
all right,
yes.
give me your food from up north that we wouldn't know about down south.
There can't be that many. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get 3 of them.
I don't know. Ashton stole a good one with Juicy Lucy. I guess it's easy to make the joke about
Yeah,
like casserole hot dish, you know, or
I
just
feel like hot dish counts, bro.
Huh?
Huh?
I feel like hot dish counts.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, it.
To be honest, I don't actually know what it is either, but I know it's a very stereotypical, like Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin thing is hot dish. So
It's just like it's like a super Midwest casserole. The most famous one you could say is tater tot hot dish, where they put tater tots on top, and it's just like the most like Minnesota, Wisconsin shit you ever ate.
Yeah. You just put tater tots, gravy on that bitch, cheese, green beans. You bake it in the oven.
Yeah,
Mm, that sounds delicious.
I'm sold. I'm
Yeah.
coming up there for Thanksgiving this year, guys.
All right, so let me tell you guys, and I won't ask you the same question, so I won't make us think of 3. But down south, the thing that I will tell people that they've got to try, and Brandon, he probably won't agree with me here, but I always say fried okra, and everybody else, they've like, if you're not in Nebraska, Texas, or Louisiana, or Oklahoma, you never heard of okra. So have you guys heard of okra?
I fuck with okra. Okra.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okra's good as shit.
You like it fried?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
I'm
I
wrong.
don't, I don't think that's a southern thing, Zoomy.
Are you kidding? That's Louisiana, man. That's what that is.
How else would you eat it? If it's not
Right.
fried, can you
Gross.
just have it raw?
No, they make it in like gumbo and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bet that's
man. That's like Louisiana, Brando.
Yeah, but I think they eat that everywhere.
Hey, everybody out there, tell us, do you eat fried okra where you come from?
Yeah.
Please.
I mean,
I know fried okra from my southern family and not from anybody up here, but I don't like it. But I know what it is, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm.
Okay, maybe I
You
stand
might be right.
corrected.
Like I think it's like a southern thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. All right, so ice cream party, pizza party, Josh.
pizza.
Pizza. We got 2 for pizza. All right, Roman. Ice cream party, pizza party.
Pizza.
3 pizza parties. All
You
right.
have
Are you guys?
pizza.
Are you guys going with the white sauce too, or are we red saucing it?
I'm just traditional red sauce. I'm pepperoni pineapple for sure.
Pineapple, huh?
I am.
I would
I'm
go.
a
I
pineapple.
would agree with sauce. I'd go either pepperoni sausage or Hawaiian.
Got it. Yeah. You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
I've recently become into
That's
that.
you, Ashton.
I've recently become a pineapple on my pizza fan. Before this year, I was not so much, but I gave it another chance, and I'm with y'all. I'm on it. I'm on the train.
It's
So
the way. It's the
all
way.
right. So what do you got? Favorite crayon color, Roman?
Red.
Red.
What a boring answer.
After
He
all
meant
that.
sunburnt red.
I was just trying to select both of them out.
Okay. All right. So coolest gift.
Drugs.
You know, you just don't get enough free drugs, guys. Hear
It's
us out
always
there.
the best gift. Like, oh wow, is it my birthday? Sometimes not even.
For me.
You
All
got
right,
cool
so
friends.
are you on this boxer brief bandwagon too? Support with breathability.
I actually am. I'm unanimous boxer brief. It's like this, the best of both worlds.
So all right, everybody, run out there, get you some boxer briefs, drop them tidy whities, and forget about them boxer shorts. All right,
There you go.
the trend is in. So
Maybe that'll be our new like promo photos.
You can buy
all right,
ours at the merch.
see there?
That's a great idea.
Already used like at the show, kind of like Josh is selling his bass strings and his boxer shorts.
Yeah. You could definitely probably get bands.
Boxer briefs. I don't know why I said shorts. Sorry.
They're still technically boxer shorts, right? Even if they're like also
are.
boxer briefs.
But
Yeah,
the
they're just
shorts
tight
are,
shorts.
are wavier. Yeah, they're not as tight on the regular shorts. So anyway, thanks for humoring me on those stupid questions. I have fun doing that,
Hey,
and I
I
promise
have
you.
a stupid question to. I have a stupid question to interject, and it kind of coincides with the food one. It just made me think of this, okay? Because you asked about up north and down south.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you guys consider barbecue? Like, tell me if someone was like, "Hey, you want to come over for barbecue today? Like,
Yeah.
come on over. We're gonna have some barbecue." What are you expecting to find?
Go to the park, grill out, there or at the beach.
Or
Like, what
It's
kind
not-
of food? Like, what are you eating for barbecue?
Burgers, brats, sometimes ribs, sometimes steaks.
I mean, barbecue up here probably sucks in comparison.
Yeah, it's like we don't got none of like the slow cooker like cool shits like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So just like, yeah, like
Coleslaw,
Oh,
Bra-
yeah.
Right. The reason I ask is I've recently had a conversation with a buddy from New York, and his idea of barbecue is hot dogs and hamburgers. Like, that's barbecue. Right? We're gonna have barbecue. They're making hot dogs and hamburgers. That's not barbecue.
you can. I mean, if you
Brisket,
barbecue,
ribs,
man,
pulled pork, man. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, what? It's like, bro. it's
yeah,
not barbecue.
anything is barbecue if you barbecue it, bro.
Ha. Well, so here's that's kind of funny. That is the difference in the language, I think, right there is we don't say come over for a barbecue. We say come over, and then if somebody's like, what are we doing for food? We'd be like, I don't know, like grill out or something. And so like grill out is usually what we say if we mean cooking on the grill outside. Now I will say like, oh, I'm gonna smoke some ribs or something like that, and then you're getting into the like barbecue territory. But I do agree with what you're saying as far as it being a barbecue, because the American barbecue is just that: hamburgers, dogs, and 4th of July food, right? That's the kind of stuff that the majority of Americans call barbecuing. And so
Yeah, I guess
think
I asked my question wrong.
there's just this like niche down like in the South where and especially you get into them real big areas like Memphis, your Kansas City, and even in like Texas and stuff like that. Man, they take pride in their barbecue, and they're not talking about hamburgers and hot dogs. But anyways,
Up here,
everybody
we
out there
call
is
we call
probably-
that like good barbecue. That's just like good barbecue.
that's just good barbecue.
Yeah,
Grilling like brats or burgers or something, like, to me that's just like a cookout or a grill out. Like barbecue, I agree. Barbecue is like you're talking about briskets, rib tips, cornbread.
Yeah.
It's like barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh.
Okay.
Josh is on it. Josh
There
is
you
on
go.
it.
Cool. All right. Well, that settles that. I think But there
Hey,
you go.
are jump back and listen to some metal? Are we gonna listen to a song?
Oh yeah, we were talking about metal, weren't we? Yeah, let's
Oh,
listen
that's
to a
why.
song.
Is that why we were here? That's why we were here.
yeah.
And actually, we're really
I was just here
excited.
for the box of briefs.
Hey, that was for the ladies.
Should reach to barbecue.
Yeah.
Blast beats.
Oh,
Yeah, ask
blast
the-
beats, boxer briefs, barbecue, and blast beats. Man, that's the three
Fuck
B's
yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
That's
You
what's
heard
up.
You heard of AAA. This is BBB. But anyways, all right, the song, guys. We're gonna do the song off the EP that we were talking about, Relinquish Life. As Brando mentioned, came out in 2024. May, you guys said. Apple says June. So nobody really knows. But
I know.
that was a
So
joke.
we find Apple and find out.
That's
It's
so funny.
mystery.
But the name of the song, Stretched Until We Bleed. So
Yes.
everybody out there, Stretched Until We
good one.
Bleed on the Graveslave EP, Relinquish Life. Enjoy. All right. What a great song. Thanks for checking it out, everybody. We hope you got a chance to hear something you hadn't heard before. We hope you really enjoyed that track. Go check out some Graveslave. They didn't just make an EP in 2024. That's just the most recent thing. They got new music coming out, and they've also got a discography that goes to 2015, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, go check these guys out, listen to all their tracks, and, let us know what you think, and go follow them on social media and stuff. We're going to, put their stuff down in the comments on the YouTube channel so that you guys can know how to get in contact with their social media and whatnot. But, yeah, thanks for letting us play that song, guys.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah, thanks for playing it. And thanks for having us.
Man, such a blast. We're always like really excited to get bands on, and we always have a really good time. It's, the laughs are kind of what make it so much fun. And then in the end, after it's all done and like I'm going back through and reviewing stuff and I'm like, man, we talked about so much cool stuff. And, so I hope everybody out there got a chance to grab onto something that they really enjoyed and are going to check out some new music. That's why we're here. That's why we're sharing all this stuff. So, I've had a whole lot of fun. Not just with those silly questions there in the end. I'm always like just trying to goof it up a little bit, right? And, kind of mess up the flow. But, we had a lot of good fun talking about some gear and talking about, the different ways that Graveslave's out there trying to make their music happen. And, some of their live performance, like the techniques and what they're working on. So I guess I'll quit rambling on, but go check these guys out, and stay brutal out there, everybody. Let us know what you're thinking. Brando, do you have any other questions, or is there anything else we want to talk about before we close out here?
Not a question, but I wanted to do a shout out to Robbie from Viscera Disgust Media for connecting us and kind of helping put this together, because it's been great talking to you guys. So thanks, Robbie. And
thanks, Robbie.
And thank you, Graveslave, Roman, Josh, Ashton. It's been great talking to you guys. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the new EP when it comes out. And to all you listeners out there, if you're going to Slam Dakota, go check out Graveslave or any other show if they're coming near you. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, guys.
Well, yeah. Thanks. Thanks for see you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, guys. Thanks again for coming and just hanging with us for a bit. You guys keep rocking out. Stay brutal. Metal Block, over and out.
Later.